Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Better Connecticut. I'm Kara Sundlun.
Scott Haney here. Nice to see all of you on this Monday afternoon, this beautiful Monday afternoon after a beautiful weekend.
It really felt like fall, but it was so
right?
crisp and beautiful.
So tempted to turn the heat on last night in the house.
I turned it on.
You did?
Of
course. Come on. Oh, boo. September.
I can't. I want to be able to sleep. I wear
you put on another blanket.
I put my seat warmers on in July. It's enough.
My God.
I couldn't take it anymore.
Oh my gosh.
It's almost. Listen,
terrible.
It's not my fault that it got colder than it's supposed to.
Exactly, but I'm not doing it because those temperatures are going to start warming up again this week, and I'm excited
about that. Well, then I'll
turn
it back off.
All right, very good.
All right. The news broke over the weekend. The news broke, and then over the weekend you saw lots of vigils, including right here in Connecticut, outside the Supreme Court in Hartford, for Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who meant so much to so many, especially all the things that she did.
Look,
to help
1993,
women.
right
1993, that's who appointed her, President Bill Clinton.
You know, it's one of those people on the bucket list that you kind of wish that like Mary Tyler Moore for me was one of my bucket list people. She died, and unfortunately I'll never get to meet her. Ruth Bader Ginsburg is also one of those people that I really wish I could have met.
You know, she was wherever you fall politically, she was such a good role model for women, and to read those stories about how she couldn't get a clerkship even though she was the top of her class, and the professor said, listen, you take her, if it doesn't work out, I'll send you a man.
Isn't it?
But if you don't take her, I'll never send you another clerk again. And the judge took her, and she got 2 years because she was so good at it. But just all the amazing things that she did, and we think of women like her who came before people like me and really paved the way in so many areas.
Just it's a loss. It is certainly a loss. Well, the Emmys were on last night, and Jimmy Kimmel was the host, and it was done.
The Pandemmies.
The Pandemmies. That's a pretty funny title. He did a great job, and in the beginning. There was Jennifer Aniston. She kind of opened the show with him, and then she ran home and she did a thing with Friends, which we're going to get to in just a second. But Schitt's Creek, one of my favorite shows of all time.
Took almost every award that you can get.
Seven of them. Oh my God, look at that.
It was really cool they did this. If you didn't get a chance to watch, the studio was empty, although they did cutaways from previous scenes. And they had about 130 remote locations, but there was a joke that they really just kept going to Toronto, which is where the cast of Schitt's Creek was.
It's just, if you have not, have you seen the show?
I have. I've only watched one season of it.
No.
I got to keep going.
You got to keep going.
Yeah.
And for anybody out there who's looking forward to just a fun, funny, about equality and rights, he's talking about, just to give everybody a level playing field. It's just a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful show. I rank it right up there with the Mary Tyler Moore Show as one of my favorites.
That's saying something.
That's saying something. So yeah, and it's one that I binged during the pandemic. It was a lot of fun.
Well, and we're all looking for good shows to binge right now. So there's another the award for Regina King. And this was a wonderful award for her. And also, they were saying that the Emmys actually did its job of becoming more diverse. And this was a...
Yeah, I think they were out of the half of the awards for the actors went to African-American actors and actresses, which is just fantastic. And look at her, she's so happy.
She wore a Breonna Taylor shirt. There was some political messages going on, but she won for Outstanding Actress in a Limited Series. And... yeah, of the 18 acting awards handed out, nine went to black actors. And
Zendaya, she was one of the youngest to win, 24, became the youngest Emmy Award winner for Best Actress in a Drama. Look at how happy she is with her group of people. She's like, I won.
That's her cast and crew of Euphoria, and she looks pretty euphoric. Look at her, she's so beautiful.
You got to hand it to the people who put this show together. They sent out cameras all across the nation to these people's homes to make sure that they were represented.
It was really cool to see behind the scenes like that. So I wonder if that will continue.
Who knows?
Just rather than have everyone all glitzed up in a studio, if you want to, I don't know, it was kind of interesting. And this happened too because Jennifer Aniston was there live in the beginning with Jimmy Kimmel, and then all of a sudden she was at her house. We think she was at her house, or was she standing nearby? We don't know. But she popped up with a friends reunion.
She probably lives close enough to the venue.
So she was there, and it was a friends reunion going on at Jennifer Aniston's house. And there she is, and I think then Lisa Kudrow pops up. Oh no, Courtney Cox.
And then Lisa Kudrow comes in and she says, "Hey, is this live TV?" And they're like having a girls' friends reunion. None of the guys were there, but a lot of the three ladies were there, which is a lot of fun.
And Jimmy was teasing, like, what I thought you can't all be together. She's like, what do you mean? We've been roommates since 1994. It was definitely, if you think about all this, the 90s is really getting a lot of attention in this
Yeah,
time. I
which
mean, the
is great.
styles and the shows, and it's like you're going right back.
Yeah, I wish we could, right? Reese Witherspoon and Kerry Washington proposed skipping 2020 with 2021. They came out with New Year's themed an Emmys party, and they were like, yeah, we are so done with 2020. We are just moving on to 2021. Look at this. Is this not
It's
great
so
or
funny.
what?
Counting down. Because why? Because they say we're ready for this year to be over.
I think we're all ready for this year to be over. Any no's in the audience? No. Okay, very good. Thank you so much. We appreciate that.
All
So
right,
it was a
this
great
next
show.
story, you know you wanted to do this. I think actually between you and Dennis, this has almost been done. But when you see someone litter and then you want to go up and just give them their stuff back, we've done that before. This
Yes,
is a little bit.
I've done it before too.
This
and
is
that's
the
why I'm in
next
therapy.
level. Next level. So some officials in Thailand mailed a package of litter to people who left it in a national park there. And it's a big deal. You can face huge fines.
Well, they say, you know, it's harmful to the animals that are foraging for food. They're going to go through all of this stuff. They're going to eat all this bad stuff. They'll probably ingest some of the tin foil and the plastic. It's horrible. So they're mailing it back to the people. Hey, you left something behind.
Here
I
you
think we
go.
should do it right here. Please, if you know somebody who's throwing garbage out the window of their car, please ask them to stop.
It's just terrible.
Oh, it's just awful. It's just awful.
You know, I saw a lot of that, unfortunately, this summer.
I'm like, it's our earth.
I
like,
know,
it's my
on the
earth,
beaches,
it's your
I
earth,
saw
it's
people just
everybody's
getting
earth.
up and leaving stuff everywhere, and I'm thinking, how can you do that?
How do you do that? It reminds me of the show with John Hamm. What was it?
Mad Men?
Mad Men. Remember back in the 60s, they would just get up from a picnic and leave it as one of the scenes? That was all before
before we really understood.
Before we understood what we were doing. Totally just get up and leave all your garbage behind. It's 2020. All right, well.
So we want to find out what people are talking about.
People who need people. They're at 7:30 on Channel 3.
Let's check in with Kay Adams and Lawrence K. Jackson to see what people are talking about.
Here's what people are talking about. Our full Emmy recap, the winners, the controversy, a full breakdown of style with People's Andrea Laventhal.
Then he just hosted the ACMs, our One Last Thing with Keith Urban.
When was the last time that you were starstruck?
Honestly, for me, probably most recent, I saw Crystal Gale at an awards show. I was like, Crystal Gale, crazy.
Plus, Kim Cattrall on her new show, Filthy Rich, just like you, Lawrence K. Jackson. That's all tonight on People.
Crystal Gale, don't you make my brown eyes blue.
Yeah,
right?
I used to just be like, can I get my hair that long when I was little?